Hello everybody, thank you for joining me this evening. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Rachel and I teach yoga and I teach Pilates for Anytime Fitness at Worcester. So today we're going to do yoga again. Next week I plan to do Pilates again. Unless you let me know what you're enjoying, what you'd like, please comment and let me know and I'll do whatever you'd like me to do. So today we're going to do a little bit of chest opening, hip opening, a little bit of balance, and a bit of core. So we're going to start in seated easy pose again. So thinking about sitting on our sit bones. It's going to be about 30 or 40 minutes. Please be careful. You're participating at your own risk. Unfortunately, I can't see your practice or what you're doing. So please, if something doesn't feel right, please don't do it. If you think it's going to, or you're starting to feel uncomfortable or you're feeling pain, that's not right, please stop straight away. And just if you send me some messages, I can private message you back if there's any questions you have about the practice that we do. So please just try not to force anything, just listen to your body. So sitting on our sit bones, just thinking about where our body makes contact with the mat. Our sit bones, and if you need to, sitting on a block or something, I don't expect you've got a block, but a cushion about that thickness, just sit your sit bones on the very edge of it and just let them round forward. So it's helping to bring the pelvis forward and take pressure off your lower back. And from there, just thinking about your grounding. And remember, sitting cross-legged in seated easy pose, if that's uncomfortable, if you've got any hip problems, you can straighten one leg, absolutely fine, or straighten both legs. And as you think about your grounding, where your sit bones make contact with the mat, where your feet, your ankles, your heels make contact with the mat. Just lengthen up through the spine, so lift the ribs away from the pelvis. Lengthen up through the back of the neck, up to the crown of the head, as if someone's got a piece of string lengthening you up. Round your shoulders, draw your shoulder blades down over your ribs into their back pockets, and as you do, just notice the length between your ears and your shoulders. And then just have a little rock forward and back with your pelvis. And just rest somewhere in the middle. And just keeping that length into your spine, just bring your hands to your knees. Turn your palms to face up and just bring your index fingers and your thumbs together. If you can, just close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, just bring your awareness slowly to the breath coming in and out of your body. Breathing in through your nose and breathing out through your nose. And just notice as you breathe in, your tummy expand. And as you breathe out, your tummy returning back in towards your spine. And as you breathe in, trying to get as much air into the lungs as you can, filling the lungs all the way up to the shoulders. And as you breathe out, just wringing the lungs out, just removing all the waste gases that sit at the bottom of the lungs. Breathing in for a count of 3 to 4. Breathing out for a count of 3 to 4. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. And then if you can, breathe in for a count of 3 to 4. Breathe out for a count of 5 to 6. If this is difficult, just revert back to 3 to 4. So breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And as you focus on your breath, that belly breathing, feeling your tummy expand, feeling your tummy return in towards your spine. If any thoughts arise, acknowledge them. Try not to engage with them. Just let them float on by or dissipate up into the sky. Just focus on letting go, being in the moment, right here inside of this room, shutting everything else out that's going on. This is your time now, your practice. And we're going to set our intention for the class. We're going to open into the hip, the shoulders and the chest. We're going to have a challenge of balance. You may want to set your own intention. It may be an area of your body that feels tight, but you feel you want to release. Or it may just be feeling more relaxed and letting go of tension you're holding, stress in your body. So from here, we're going to breathe in, and on the out breath, we're going to put our abdominals in towards our spine, engaging our abdominal muscles. Release on the in breath. On the out breath, pull in again. Release on the in breath. And on the out breath, pull in again and hold there. Keeping our abdominal muscles engaged. So we're going to circle now with our elbows. So if you've closed your eyes, just open your eyes, keep your eye gaze low, and just bring your hands to your shoulders. Inhale, we're going to bring the elbows forward, up towards the ceiling. Exhale, round and down. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, round and down. We're going to do two more. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, round and down. One more. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, round and down. Interlink your fingers. Take your hands behind your head. Elbows open. Spine lengthened. Shoulder blades drawn down. Abdominals engaged. Inhale here. Exhale, chin to chest. C-curve with the spine. Bring the ribcage over the pelvis. Feel an abdominal squeeze as you roll back off the sit bones, making a C-curve. As you bring your elbows in, chin to chest, feel length down the back of the neck. Inhale, sit tall and lengthen. Open the elbows, draw the shoulder blades down, draw the knees down to the mat. Exhale to close. C-curve with the spine, chin to chest, elbows in. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. Inhale to open. Exhale, last one to close. Inhale to open. Take your arms up overhead. Lock your upper arms in towards your earlobes. Reach your fingertips to the ceiling, thumbs to the back of the room. Exhale, rotate round. Hand to knee, other arm behind. Look over your shoulder. Inhale, sit tall, lengthen. Draw the shoulder blades down. Exhale, rotate round. Inhale, sit tall, lengthen. Exhale, rotate round. Inhale, sit tall, lengthen. Exhale, rotate round. We're going to do one more each way. Inhale, sit tall, lengthen. Exhale, rotate round. Inhale, sit tall, lengthen. Exhale, rotate round. Inhale, sit tall, lengthen. Exhale, bring your hand down in line with your hip. Turn your palm to face in. Reach up to the ceiling. Keep reaching. Exhale, lead with the head, show the ribs to the ceiling. Try and keep your shoulder and your pelvis to face forward. Elbows coming down in line with my hip. Inhale, sit tall, lengthen. Exhale to come over. Inhale, sit tall, lengthen. Exhale to come over. Inhale, sit tall, lengthen. So we're laterally stretching, lifting up out of the hip, feeling length down the side of the body. One more each way. Exhale to come over. Push your hand into the floor. Keep your sit bone down. Inhale, sit tall, lengthen. Exhale to come over. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, circle the arms, open the chest. So we're going to come forward over our knees, or bring both knees together, and we're going to come into cow, cat and child's pose. So we're just mobilising the spine, preparing. So knees under hips, hip width apart, hands under shoulders, fingers spread, index fingers pointing to the top of the mat, spine lengthened, shoulder blades drawn down, abdominals engaged. Inhale, we're going to dip the pelvis, lift the sit bones to the ceiling, lift the eye gaze, draw the shoulder blades down, push the mat away, rotate the crease of the elbows to face forward. Smile with your spine. Exhale, chin to chest, arch your back like a cat, stretching pelvic tilt towards your chin. Bring your bottom to your heels into child's pose. Inhale, elbows down, scoop along the floor, forward and up. Into cow or happy cat as we call it in Pilates. Exhale into sad cat, bottom to heels. Inhale, elbows down, scoop along the floor and up into cow. Exhale into cat, chin to chest, arch your back, pelvic tilt towards your chin. Keep that pelvic tilt as you bring your bottom back. Feel that stretch into your lower back. We're going to do 2 more. Last one, inhale, scoop along the floor, forward and up. Exhale, into cat, bottom to heels. Inhale, scoop along the floor and up. Come back into all four. So here is the change. So I said we're going to do some work into our shoulders, between our shoulder blades and opening into our chest. So we're going to do threading the needle. So on the inhale, you're going to turn the palm of the right hand to turn up. And exhale, you're going to draw a line in soft sand. Eye gaze follows that left hand, reach it through. Draw the shoulder, try and bring the shoulder down to the mat, take the elbow out to the side. Inhale, retrace that line in soft sand, float the arm up, push up off the mat and open the chest. Exhale, come back down, draw the line, reach through. Keep that arm as close to the wrist of the other hand as you can. Reach it through, eye gaze on the fingertips, lower your earlobe and your shoulder down. Draw your shoulder blades down, feel that stretch between the shoulder blades. Inhale, retrace the line, come up, push up from the mat, take the arm up, feel that opening into the chest. Last one. Reach through on the exhale, draw the line, elbow out to the side, lower the earlobe and the shoulder, reach through, draw the shoulder blades down. Inhale, float up, push up through the mat, open the chest. Just do one more, go all the way through, lower your earlobe and your shoulder to the floor. So you're on your earlobe and your shoulder, reach through, draw the shoulder blades down, take the other arm behind, palm is facing away, and just try and lift your heart center. So you're opening into the chest on this side. Just release, bring your hands down, and we're going to do the other side. So we're going to inhale, turn the palm to face up. Exhale, draw through, elbow out to the side, lower the earlobe and the shoulder to the floor, reach through, draw the shoulder blades down, elbow out to the side. Keep your arm as close to your wrist as you can. Inhale, retrace the line, float up, push up from the mat, eye gaze follows the fingertips, try and open the chest. We've got rotation in the spine going on here as well. Exhale, reach through. Draw the shoulder blades down, lower the earlobe, lower the shoulder. Inhale, retrace the line, float up, push up. Last one. Feed through on the exhale, draw the shoulder blades down, eye gaze follows the fingertips. Inhale, come up. Feet through now on the exhale. Lower the earlobe and the shoulder to the floor. Take your other arm behind, palm facing away. Just rotate and just lift your shoulder if you can. Your breastbone or your heart center to the ceiling. You don't have much rotation, just do the best you can. Just release when you're ready. Just come into child's pose. Big toes together, knees out to the side of the mat, arms overhead. So this is your rest position now. To our main asanas, our sun salutations now to warm up. So as you come into this child's pose, big toes together, knees out to the side of the mat, bring the forehead and the breastbone down. Try and sink the torso down. Hands into the mat, just push the mat away. Main watch point, trying to get your bottom on your heels. Just breathe into that stretch. If you're tight in your hips, you've got knee problems, bring the knees, legs in. You can keep them underneath you. You can also put a towel under the back of the knee if you've got a knee problem on that side. So we're coming up now. We're going to come into our first downward facing dog. So inhale, we're going to tuck the toes under. And exhale, we're going to push back into our downward facing dog. So remember, fingers spread, index fingers pointing into the front of the mat. Push through the knuckles and the fingers. Try and get your chest to your thighs. Rotate the shoulders away from the thighs, eye gaze between the feet. Relax the head down between the arms. Pedal the feet. Inhale, push the right heel down, look under the right arm. Exhale, push the left heel down, look under the left arm. If you're tight in your hamstrings at all, bend your knees a little bit more. You'll find you can get your chest to your thighs a little bit more. And when you do that, and you're rotating your shoulders away from your thighs, you're really feeling that opening into your upper back. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk the hands in towards the feet. We're coming into a deep forward fold. So chest to thighs, sit bones to the ceiling. Bend your knees so you can bring your chest to your thighs. Relax your head. Lift your sit bones. We're going to interlink our fingers behind us. And we're just going to, palms are facing in towards us. We're going to just take those arms up to the ceiling. Just draw the shoulder blades down and open it into the chest. Just release. And then inhale, rolling up, coming up into a standing position. So sun salutations, we start in mountain pose. Come to the front of your mat. I'm staying at the back so you can see my face for a minute because I'm going to chop my head off once I come forward. So big toes together, gap for the ankles, arms down by your side, palms facing forward. Spine lengthened, shoulder blades drawn down, abdominals engaged, glutes engaged. Inhale, widen rise. You can take your arms up to the ceiling into prayer position. Eye gaze can follow your fingertips and you can lift your breastbone if you so wish. Exhale, bend or fold forward. Chest to thighs is that deep forward fold. Bend your knees if you need to. Lift your sit bones, relax your head. Inhale, flat back extension. So bring your hands to your shins, stay where you are. As you do, sit bones to the back of the room, draw the shoulder blades down, eye gaze directly down the mat. So you're making a nice flat back. Exhale, deep forward fold again. Inhale, look forward, step back with your right foot followed by your left foot onto your knees or on your toes. Exhale, slowly lower down into chaturanga. Bring your elbows into your side. Hover there off the mat for a moment. Come down. Inhale up into baby cobra. So you're on your forearms. Lift your eye gaze, draw your shoulder blades down. Abdominals engaged, glutes engaged. Inhale, tuck the toes under. Exhale, push back onto your knees or straight onto your toes into your downward facing dog. Chest to thighs, pedal the feet. Lengthen down the side of the body, let the pelvis rock from side to side. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. You're going to lunge forward or walk your feet back in between your hands if you need to. As you lunge forward with your right foot, you can use your hand to bring that leg forward, followed by your left deep forward fold. Inhale, arms wide and rise. Exhale, arms down by your side. Mind your light fitting. I just got mine, so just be careful. We're going to do 3 more. Inhale, arms wide and rise if you're breastbone, if you so wish. Exhale, bend or fold forward. Inhale, flat back extension. Exhale, deep forward fold again. Inhale, look forward, step back with your left foot onto your knees or onto your toes into plank. Keep your bottom in line with your shoulders. Exhale, lower down to chaturanga, nice and slow. Inhale, up into baby cobra. Inhale, tuck the toes under. Exhale, push back into your downward facing dog. Pedal the feet. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Exhale, lunge forward with your left foot, followed by your right foot, deep forward fold. Inhale, arms wide and rise. Exhale, arms down by your side. Inhale, arms wide and rise. Exhale, bend or fold forward. Inhale, flat back extension. Exhale, deep forward fold again. Inhale, look forward, step back with your right foot, followed by your left foot into plank. Exhale, lower down into chaturanga. Inhale, up into baby cobra or full cobra, draw your shoulder blades down. Inhale, tuck the toes under. Exhale, push back into your downward facing dog. Pedal the feet. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, lunge forward with your right foot, followed by your left foot, deep forward fold. Inhale, arms wide and rise. Exhale, arms down by your side. We're going again, 1 more. Inhale, arms wide and rise. Exhale, bend or fold forward. Inhale, flat back extension. Exhale, deep forward fold again. Inhale, look forward, step back with your left foot, followed by your right foot into plank. Exhale, lower down into chaturanga. Inhale, up into baby cobra or full cobra. Tuck your toes under. Exhale, push back into your downward facing dog. Pedal the feet. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, lunge forward with your left foot, followed by your right foot, deep forward fold. Inhale, arms wide and rise. Exhale, arms down by your side. So I know I've chopped my head off, but it's the only way you can see with my body now. So we're going into a challenge of balance. We're going to take our feet hip width apart. It's your own personal challenge. It might be this time of night you feel a bit tired, so you might be a bit more wobbly. I might be a bit more wobbly, we'll just see. We're going to do 3 movements. We're just going to see if we can go from one movement to the other without putting the feet down. So we're going to start in mountain pose, but our feet are hip width apart. Just lift your toes and just spread your toes out as you put them down. So you've got, those are your tree roots. That's going to help you with your balance. Mountain pose, abdominals engaged. You're going to keep your balance with your abdominals and your dristi. That's a focal point in front of you, about 1.5 meters. So from here, in this mountain pose, to start with, on the inhale, we're going to come onto the toes. We're going to take the arms up overhead, thumbs to the back of the room. We're just switching everything on. From here, just come down. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Now you can keep that knee in line with that hip and keep it bent, or you can straighten that leg. Inhale, bend it again. We're coming into warrior 3 now, so we're going to bring that knee so it's back in line with the other one. Take the leg back, come forward, keep the pelvis square to the floor, keep the shoulders square to the floor. Bring your eye gaze now down to the mat, and you're working to lift your leg in line with your hip. I haven't quite got there yet. Thumbs to the ceiling, lock your upper arms in towards your earlobes as much as you can, and just breathe. Inhale, bring your hands to your hips. Whoops. There goes one. We're coming into tree pose. So either place your heel below the knee, or above the knee. Push your heel into the thigh. Keep your pelvis facing forward, abdominals engaged, glutes engaged. Take your knee out as wide as you can. And just come into prayer position. Just calm your body. Focus on that drishti. And then if you want a little bit more, just take your arms over your head. My hands are in prayer position. You can just keep your hands on your hips if you're struggling. Just breathe. And then just bring your hands down and release. We're going to do that on the other leg now. So feet hip width apart, spread your toes. Mountain pose, abdominals engaged. Drishti. Inhale, come onto your toes, take your arms up overhead. Lock your upper arms in towards your earlobes, thumbs to the back of the room. I know you can't see that. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Knee in line with hip, ankle in line with knee, and just straighten that leg. Just be careful of the light fittings. That's what I've just hit again. Just bend the knee. Bring that leg through. Your shoulders and your pelvis square to the floor. Lengthen down the front of the leg down to the tip of the toe. Reach the fingertips away. Bring your arms in line with your earlobes as much as you can. Lift your leg in line with your hip as much as you can. Shoulders and pelvis square to the floor. When you're ready, just come back. Bring that heel either below or above. Push that heel. So it's either below the knee or above it. If you're a beginner, you might even have your toe resting on the floor. Pelvis facing forward. Abdominals engaged, glutes engaged. Either keep your hands on your hips or come into prayer position. And then just take your arms up overhead if you so wish. And then just bring your hands to your hips and just release. Well done. So we're going to go into some hip opening now. We're going to do some high and low lunging, and we're going to go into lizard pose. So coming back into mountain pose, feet together now. Inhale, arms wide and rise. Exhale, bend or fold forward. Inhale, flat back extension. Exhale, deep forward fold again. Inhale, look forward, step back with your left foot, and you're coming into a high lunge. So that left foot is back now. Now you can either push onto your thigh or just come straight up into your high lunge. So from here, knee in line with ankle on the front foot, on your toes, on your forefoot of the back leg, abdominals engaged, glutes engaged, spine lengthened, shoulder blades drawn down. Lock your upper arms in towards your earlobes. Eye gaze straight ahead. From here, you can either just bring the arms down on the exhale, or you can bring the knee down as well, hovering above the mat. Inhale, come up. Extend that back leg, reach up to the ceiling. Exhale, come down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come down. Last one. Inhale, come up. Keep your shoulders and your pelvis facing forward. Exhale, come down. Bring that back knee down to the mat. Flatten the foot. And from here, just bring your hands forward under your shoulders. Shoulder width apart. You're going to walk your right foot to the outer side of your right hand
As you walk that back leg behind you, flatten the foot, check your knees in line with ankle on your front foot. And if it's uncomfortable, we're opening into the hip on that right leg. Just rotate the toes out slightly. From here, try and keep your shoulder blades drawn down, eye gaze down at the mat. And engage your abdominals, engage your glutes. Push your pelvis forward towards your hands. So legs coming forward and down into the mat. And as you engage your glutes to push your pelvis forward, you should feel the hip flexor stretch on your left leg and the hip opening on your right leg. Now that might be, you might be very flexible. I don't profess to be. I came to yoga, as some of you might already know, from running marathons for years and years, and my body's stiffening up. So if you are more flexible, you can bend your elbows and you can come and rest on your elbows, either onto your mat, or you might need to make a block of pillows to rest your elbows on. Make sure it's stable, that it doesn't collapse. And as you come down onto your elbows or towards your elbows, bend them. You want to make sure you're keeping your shoulders square to the floor, so try not to rotate and just breathe. Just come back with your hands, walk your foot back between them, and we're going to come into a hamstring stretch now. So we're going to walk the hands in towards the legs. Your breastbone is lifted, eye gaze straight ahead, and you're just going to bring your bottom down to your heel as much as you can. As you do, push your sit bones back and lift them up, as if you're almost trying to drag your heel towards you. As you keep your chest lifted and your eye gaze straight ahead, you should feel that stretch down the back of the hamstring. Now, if it's a lot, too much, point the toe, that will switch your calf off. Or you can have a real stretch right from your heel all the way up to your pelvis by bringing your toe to your shin. If you can't feel it, lower your bottom down towards your heel a little bit more. Push back with your sit bones to the back of the room. Come forward. From here, we're going to tuck the toes under and we're going to push back into our downward facing dog, either onto our knees or straight onto our toes. Chest to thighs, sit bones to ceiling, just pedal the feet. So hip opening is so important, especially at the minute if we're sitting for long periods of time on computers or just because we're at home more. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, we're going to lunge forward with the left leg, which means your right leg should be behind you now. And we're going to come into a high lunge. So inhale, either push onto your thigh or come straight up. Abdominals engaged, glutes engaged, thumbs to the back of the room, shoulder blades drawn down. Eye gaze straight ahead. Inhale here, exhale, bring your arms down, lower your knee, or you can keep that leg straight if it's too much. Or you can come down onto the knee and just take the arms up and down if you need to. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come down. One more. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come down. Flatten that back foot. Bring your hands down. Walk your left foot to the outside of your left hand. As you walk that back foot back behind you, check your knees in line with ankle on your front foot. Rotate the toes outwards slightly if that's tight in your hip. Abdominals engaged, glutes engaged. Push your pelvis forward towards your hands. Bend your elbows, come down a little bit lower if you want a little bit more. So remember, also take a moment, just see, is one side tighter than the other? And I will just finish off what I was saying about hip opening. When our hips get tight, it has a big bearing on our lower back. So it's really important to keep the hips open, keep them stretched, keep the range of movement in the joint. Just breathe. Try not to let the knee roll out as you're coming down, so keep the knee upright. Try not to come onto the side of the foot. Walk that foot in between your hands now. And just walk your hands in towards you. Again, keep your chest lifted, eye gaze straight ahead. In class, we usually use the big blocks that you can use to prop yourself up, but I know you won't have anything like that. So just try and keep your chest lifted and your eye gaze straight ahead as much as you can. And as you bring your bottom back towards your heel, push your sit bones to the back of the room and lift them up. So you're almost trying to drag that heel towards you. Just feel that length. Release it off a little bit, point your toe if it's too much, or bring your toe to your shin to really feel that length down the back of the leg. Just walk forward. Just tuck your toe under at the back, and we're going to push back into our downward facing dog. So inhale, here, exhale, push back. Either come onto your knees first or come straight back into your downward facing dog. Chest to thighs, sit bones to the ceiling. Inhale, come onto the toes. Exhale, push back. Inhale, come onto your toes. Exhale, push back. Chest to thighs. Rotate the shoulders away from the thighs. Relax the head, eye gaze between the feet. One more. Inhale onto toes. Exhale, push through the knuckles and the fingers. Really try and get those heels down. Lengthen down the hamstrings. And then just bend your knees. Come down to the mat. Come into child's pose. So big toes together. Knees out to the side of the mat. Just bring the breastbone down. Just release there. Just walk your hands in towards you, and because we've opened into the hip, we need to counter pose. So just bring your hips over to your left. Take your right leg over your left leg. This is really good, this hip openness, especially if you do spin, cycling. All of this is really good for you. So if you can't keep this sit bone down, which will be your right sit bone, take this foot this side of the knee or cross it over. Hand at the side of the knee, crease of the elbow, arm across, other arm behind. Inhale, sit tall, and exhale, rotate round. Inhale, sit tall, draw the shoulder blades down. Exhale, rotate round. Inhale, sit tall, draw the shoulder blades down. Exhale, rotate round. Keep the sit bone down so it's glute stretch. Iliotibial band and a nice rotation up to thoracic spine. Release when you're ready. Swap over to the other side. So that will be your right knee bent, your left leg over your right leg. Take a note, does one side feel tighter than the other? If it is and you can't get the left sit bone down, bring this foot this side of the knee or take it over. Hand at side of the knee, crease of the elbow, arm across. Other hand behind, fingers pointing away. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, rotate round. Bring that knee in towards your chest. Inhale, sit tall. Draw the shoulder blades down. Exhale, rotate round. Inhale, sit tall. Draw the shoulder blades down. Exhale, rotate round. Last time. Inhale, just release and come forward. So we're just going to have a little go with boat pose before we just come into relaxation to finish. So sitting on the sit bones, feet hip width apart, hands slightly placed behind our knees, spine lengthened, shoulder blades drawn down, abdominals engaged. Inhale, you're going to come back as far as you can. You're trying to make a V with your thighs in your upper body. Eye gaze on the horizon. Now that might just be holding, that's enough. That is enough. Hands slightly placed here. If you wanted a bit more, you can lift one leg. For a few in and out breaths, then the other. Or you can lift both. That might be enough. So try not to crumble, lift up out of the hip. You might want to release one hand, you might want to release two hands, and the last little bit is to take the legs up and hold there. Just release when you're ready. Come down onto your mat, have a nice full body stretch, release. Just take your arms over your head, lengthen your toes away. So we've done some chest opening, hip opening, and challenge of balance today. And you can watch this back over the week again, practice. So just take your feet to the outer side of the mat when you're ready. Just bring your arms down by your side, or just bend your knees, rest your knees in towards each other, and take your feet to the outer side of the mat. And as you lie there, just take a moment to bring your awareness to where you make contact with the mat, where the backs of your heels or your feet make contact. Your legs, your glutes, your arms, your shoulders, your hands, and the back of your head. And just bring your focus to your breath. Breathing in for a count of 3 to 4. Breathing out for a count of 3 to 4. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. And then if you can, breathe in for a count of 3 to 4. Breathe out for a count of 5 to 6. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And as you focus on your breath, if any thoughts arise, acknowledge them. Try not to engage with them. Just let them float on by or dissipate up into the sky. Just focus on letting go. Just simply focus on your breath, coming in and out of your body. Just trying to calm your mind and tune into yourself. And then slowly in your own time, just bring your mind back to within the room. Just wriggle your toes, wriggle your fingers. Bend your knees or hug your knees into your chest. Just have a little rock side to side. When you're ready, just take your right arm over your head. Just bring your right knees over to your right. Just lie there for a moment. And then just slowly come up into a seated position. Namaste, well done everybody. I hope you've enjoyed that. Please let me know anything that you like. If I don't hear from you, then I'll go back and do some Pilates for 2 weeks and then come back to yoga again and just keep fluctuating it. So take care everybody and see you next week. Bye bye.